y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand it. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand it. No threat to a Hotep, especially when the Hotep got his mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand it. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand it.
There we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hotep's Been Told You After Party. What's the deal? Give yourselves a round of applause because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with us, and I really appreciate it, man. What's going on, Jay? How was your day?
Man, doing pretty good. Laid back. Was watching that Designated Survivor show a little earlier in the day. Have you seen that Designated Survivor, Keith Sutherland show?
Yeah, can you turn your mic up a little bit?
All right, let me check and see where we at. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Any better?
Do it again.
Hello, mic check.
There we go.
Is my level super low?
There we
Just
go.
gotta turn up my levels a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right.
Play that throwback cannon. Anyway, guys, man, yeah, I saw Designated Survivor. I used to watch it. I watched it when it first came out. I thought it was a pretty good show. Didn't Netflix buy it?
I don't know. He's got a new series coming out called Rabbit Hole. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. It looks like it's along the same lines, but like some
Rabbit Hole.
Rabbit Hole. It looks like it's gonna be a spy thriller / mystery kind of stuff going on. So I'm looking forward to check that out.
Huh. I ain't never heard of it.
Kind of like a cross between like 24 and X-Files or something like that, the way it was looking set up.
Huh, I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Huh. Yeah. There we go. I'm just trying to get all this stuff tweeted out real quick.
Gotcha.
There we go. Man, the day been a busy day, bro. It was a busy ass day today. Yeah, today I was working hard, bro. After we did the what's it called? The work grift. Bro.
Right.
Bro, I was slammed, bro. I was slammed. Trying to see if we good over on
Rumble.
There we go. No, that ain't it either. No, I'm trying to see if we good over on did I start it? Yeah, it's on. I don't know. I was trying to see if we was good over on Twitter right now. Cause as y'all know, we over here streaming over on Twitter as well.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, straight up.
Saw that one before.
Let's see something. Let's see. Got me. What is that? Is this it?
You checking on stuff?
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Good. Japan, right? Japan has been saying that their population is going way down, and so by 2066 they're expected to just have 80 million people or 75 million people in all of Japan.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's nearing almost 2 million households that are rich over there in Japan. So it's a lot of rich folks over there, and they just don't want to have. A lot of them don't want to have kids. A lot of other issues going on. They have a focus. A lot of the focus is on getting rich, getting your economics down, and so the family issue is really hitting hard. So they're gonna be trying to push for some kind of they're gonna be pushing for Nick Cannon to come through there.
Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to get all this stuff situated, man. This some of this stuff be a real learning curve for real. Like, so I could see us playing on Twitter, but something ain't right. Something ain't. I'm trying to see what the deal is here. So it's supposed to be started. Maybe because I didn't start on time.
When they move the Masked Singer and Wildin' Out over to Chaban, you'll know what's up.
That's funny. That's all good. That's what I'm gonna do right here. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Do this. Bear with me, y'all. Make sure we reaching another audience. You know what I mean? There we go. Yeah, there it is. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Pause that.
Did they mention that Governor Newsom is got the Yamin, or he's tested positive?
He got the Yamin?
Yeah.
That's what he getting, dude.
No.
That's what his ass get. He lucky he ain't get that home in Virginia making that shit legal to not tell nobody about that shit.
I don't know. I have to see what all they're gonna say about it, but
like he did that, right?
You say what?
He made it legal to not tell people about the Yamin. Not tell nobody about that shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to see what all they're gonna say about it, but
like he did that, right? Like he did that, right? He made it legal to not tell people. All right, we good now. We over here. We broadcasting live from Twitter, y'all. I had to fix that. Oh my gosh, it was driving me crazy, yo. So it look like if you schedule a stream or whatever, like you gotta what's the word? You gotta go right on time. Or else that shit just ain't happening, Alvin. So what I'm about to do, if we're gonna go from Twitter, I'm about to do that shit like right when right when we're about to go live or whatever. That's what it looked like. So there we go. All right, that's good. What's up? We got HJ in the building. What's the deal, bro? What's the deal? All right, yo. So we had some weird shit happening in the news this week.
The Sean Kemp thing.
Sean Kemp. Let's jump into that.
NBA player.
Let's jump into Sean Kemp. So let me get this right? He got arrested for doing a drive-by, or allegedly doing a drive-by. Is that right?
Yeah, they tracked his phone to the spot where shooting happened, and they said that they said what really happened was it looked like people were trying to run up on Sean Kemp, and he was just doing self-defense. So he was rolling away, shooting back at them, trying to get out the spot.
Oh shit.
That's according to parts of what his lawyer released earlier today, I think. He said the actions of Mr. Kemp were reasonable and legally justifiable.
Really? Is that right?
And he's 53 years old. I know we were asking, how old is Sean Kemp, the dunk he was the dunk champion at one time, wasn't he? Back in the 89 or 90 or something like that.
Yeah.
He was in the league for like 14 years or something.
Wasn't his nickname the Glove?
Rookie card. Was his name the Glove?
Was his nickname was that Sean Kemp? No, it wasn't Sean Kemp. That wasn't Sean Kemp.
For the Seahawks.
And that was Kevin Garnett. Was it Sean Kemp? I don't know. It's been a while since I watched basketball. We'll call it spook ball. Oh man, but that's crazy though. So hopefully, if that's the case and he was just defending himself, more power to Sean Kemp, man, because these kids out here getting crazy, yo. Yeah, Gary Payton was the glove. That's right. I'm wilding. More power to Sean Kemp though, right? Because like these young boys out here, they tripping, yo. They don't care no more, and they don't give no old heads no respect. They don't give old heads no respect no more. They don't care. They treat you just like anybody else. So if if it was either him or them, shit, it was gonna be them.
Oh, they said that the reason that he ran up on them is because they jacked his iPhone. They snatched it out of his car, and so he went to the mall where his iPhone tracker was leading him to, and then when he got up there, he was asking for the phone back, but he had his piece on him, and then he said that they started shooting at him first, and he just returned fire and then rolled out.
Is that right? Bruh. All I'm gonna say is this. If it's gonna be you or them, make sure it's them. But the thing about it is, guys, you gotta make sure. So when you out here and you strapped up, whether you strapped up legally or illegally, and you just got the intent on just defending your life, you gotta make sure you do that shit responsibly, right? You gotta make sure that when you shooting, you hitting what you shooting at, and those bullets ain't just going every which way, right? You gotta pretend that every bullet that's leaving that barrel has the potential to hit a 3-year-old or some shit like that. And that's how I train when I go shooting.
Yeah.
Right. I pretend like when I'm just shooting that paper, if I miss, I could potentially hit somebody's kid, somebody's grandmother. You know what I mean? Right? Remember the lady that got some time for shooting a warning shot, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, they gave her time for shooting a warning shot." And before I was in the guns and shit, I was like, I was like, that's messed up. Why they give us some time for a warning shot? And then when I got, when I started getting into shit, and I'm like, as crazy as it is, I'm like, well, where did that bullet land at? Right? That warning shot, that bullet don't just stay in the air and disintegrate. That shit got to come down. Right? I remember it's been quite a few years ago. Back down, like we used to go to the harbor for like 4th of July and stuff, which I will never ever do again. When I was young, I used to do that shit. But now that I'm older, I would never put my kids in that fucking situation, or my family in that situation, going to watch the fucking fireworks at the inner harbor down in Baltimore. It's just irresponsible in my opinion, because again, these young boys don't care. Right? That's where the squeegee kids be at. That's where all these gangs be looking to go fight and all this other shit, right? They got the shooting down there one year. Dude got hit in the head with a straight bullet. The bullet dropped out of the sky out of nowhere, hit him in the head. He didn't even know he got shot. Fucking bullet lodged in his skull.
And see, that's what happens on the 4th of July in certain spots. A family man, I think it was in Texas, right? A family man was just minding his own business at his daughter's birthday, and a stray bullet flew down and hit him in the head during the 4th of July parties.
Word?
Yeah, it's crazy spots. And he was in his house too.
See, that's the thing. Like, who wants that? So, although Sean Kemp was probably defending his life, they might get him for like, I don't know where he live at. They might get him for the bullets that just, might get him for negligence maybe. You know what I mean? But if he was shooting to defend himself, then, hey, it's not a story. It's not a story in my opinion. I'm thinking like he tripping and he just out here on some get back shit and went and paid some people a visit like fucking like Doughboy and Boys in the Hood and shit. Like that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking for real. You know what I mean? Anyway, if you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we live. If you're catching that replay, leave a comment. Let us know how we doing. We can use that constructive criticism. Also, it helps with the algorithm to help boost my channel. If you're not subscribed to Hotep TV, what did you waiting on? Go over to Hotep TV and subscribe to Hotep TV. Also, we got Hotep weekend coming up. Hotep weekend coming up August 17th through the 20th, guys. Like make your vacation plans. That's where you want to go. You want to be in Vegas at the Ahern Hotel August 17th through the 20th, hanging out with me, Hotep Jesus, Uncle Hotep, Project Rook, she gonna be there. Sonny John's gonna be there. Tanai Rick's gonna be there. Chef Mark literally chopping it up. You know what I mean? With some of the best food you ever tasted in your life is minutes from the strip. So if you want to go lose all your fucking money at the strip, be my guest. You know what I mean? Come shoot with me on Saturday. You know, have fun, man. It's a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time. Again, Hotep weekend, August 17th through the 20th. Get your tickets now. Anyway, shit, Jay, you gotta make it out there one year.
Yeah, I'll try to walk again, then I'll be out there. But I was gonna say, on these basketball stars staying strapped, even boxers that stay strapped, because there's a lot of fighters that have been shot and killed, like Hector Camacho.
Yeah.
And Vernon Forrest. Vernon Forrest was he was in Georgia at a gas station, and this crew ran up on him with Uzis, right? Robbed his jewelry, but he also had a piece on him too. And he tried to chase him around the corner, but when he came around that corner, they lit him up, and he was killed.
Really?
7 shots to him, and he could fight too. Then you have Pernell Whitaker, ran over by a car. So even if you got the fists, there's still somebody out there, like I go to the gym with my buddy Miles before. We'd be feeling real pumped up and strong. He'd come out there and be like, yeah, I wish somebody would. I'll knock him out, when we get out the gym. And I was like, hey, there's always someone, always someone bigger and badder. And there's always someone, there's bullets fly faster. And I can't deflect bullets off of you, homie. If you get us out here getting lit up over some stuff. So we always got to be careful, situationally aware, even if we can handle ourselves,
Yeah, what 50 say? He say, I don't give a fuck about your chest. My 4/5 will lift you and your bench press. You know what I mean? Like, shit. Exactly. That's how these boys think out here in these streets. Just because you out here pumping iron and you got some biceps and shit, they got something in they dip that might take you down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm just saying. But yeah, so, hey, question, y'all. And this goes to everybody else in the chat, too. So, my cousin celebrated his daughter's 13th birthday party, right? Or 30th birthday. 13th birthday. So they took it she wanted to go to Longhorn, right? And
Longhorn?
It's a steakhouse.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
It's like a chain steakhouse. So
Gotcha.
I was like, okay, that's cool that she wanted to go to Longhorn. But I was like, Longhorn? I'm like, there are other, I thought there were better options, right? So as far as chain steakhouses are concerned, what's the best chain steakhouse, right? See, me personally, I was going to say the Sizzler. Back in the day, it was the Sizzler, boy. If we was going to the Sizzler, it was going to be a good night back in the day. They need to bring the Sizzler back. Bring the Sizzler back. I'm just saying, bring the Sizzler back, yo. Like, I would love to see that. Anyway, so me, I like Texas Roadhouse. I'm a Texas Roadhouse person. So I don't know. I guess I'm an old head, but I like Texas Roadhouse, right?
Do y'all have back porch, or is that just the Oklahoma?
What's it called?
Back porch.
Never heard of it.
Okay, it's a little spot too. We got rib crib, we got back porch. Some of our rib cribs and some of our back porches over here are pretty good.
Back porch. I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably the Oklahoma, Texas thing. It'll probably be expanding out, just like those dirty cookies I told you about. That's kind of like the.
Oh yeah.
It's not. It's. I guess it's out there in Arizona or something is where it started. But we just got ours the other day, so.
So Steven Zimmer says he loves Texas Roadhouse. Coach Ronan says Texas Roadhouse butter bread is the bomb. Yo, that's what I'm saying, right? The butter bread from Texas Roadhouse, boy, it's just delicious, right? Not to mention when you walk in, right, they got these hand-cut steaks that you can pick a different cut of steak or beef that you want them to cook, too. You know what I mean? That's right in the refrigerator. Like, I want that one. And they'll pick that joint up and cook it for you. You know what I mean? What's up? We got Viviana says Texas Roadhouse. Markel says Texas Roadhouse. Fuego says, yeah, I'm about the Sizzler.
Old school. Yes, I heard that.
Saw says Texas Roadhouse or Saltgrass. I never heard of Saltgrass.
What's Saltgrass?
That must be some Texas shit.
We don't have it here in Oklahoma.
He says for a steak, thought you got to go with the local steak spot. I don't know if we really got like local steak spots here for real. You know, it's where I am at least. You know what I mean? Like we got like in that thing, we got like Ruth's Chris, we got like a spot called Sullivan's, and we got Capitol Grill. But those are your high end, like you take a girl on a date, she better give up the drawers after the date type steakhouse, right? Because you're gonna spend about $250, almost $300 on a steak, right? Like Capitol Grill, I think like Capitol Grill, Ruth's Chris, places like that. You got it's expensive, right? Because everything's a la carte, I think.
Leave the kids at home on that.
Yeah, that's a leave the kids at home. They ain't got chicken tenders at the Ruth's Chris. You know what I mean? Fuego says we have cows here, so local is not a problem. I hear that. You know what I mean? Like, speaking of that, what's a good first date restaurant? Right? What's a good first date restaurant? McDonald's.
Take it to McDonald's, see how things go from there.
Let her get 2 pieces of cheese.
If she ain't acting right at the McDonald's, you can't take her anywhere. Then you know that's the jump off point. Take her in there and see what she's gonna do.
I don't know if that worked now in these days. You know, these girls, they gotta post for the gram. They need to get a picture of the menu. They gotta get a picture of that $150 filet mignon that they not gonna eat.
That's doing too much. That sounds like a gram girl. Nah.
My man Sauce said Chili's or Applebee's, something on that level. I hear that.
I hear that. The Outback, that kind of stuff, right? If you got an Outback in your area, maybe.
Fuego said, what did you say? He said, yeah, something like Chili's or Fridays. Markel says, first date, local Italian spot, pretty cheap, and if it's good. Okay, I hear that. Fuego says, not too nice, but not a place with plastic bottles. So this is what I think, right? So when I was younger, right, what the fuck is that? Oh, Benny Hannes. See, HJ got that money. HJ got that money. He talking about Benny Hannes.
Yeah. I've never even looked at one.
HJ said, I'm going to show you I'm a high value man.
The Kevin Samuels, huh?
Oh, shit. What Chris Rock say, yo? Chris Rock said this shit. He said, he was like, he's like, shit, if a dude take you to McDonald's and get you a Big Mac, he want $1.99 worth of pussy. Ramborg said, Rambrog 2 says, Chipotle never heard a female complain about Chipotle. Nah, they love Chipotle.
Okay. We don't have a Chipotle around here.
Jay's World said, I'm still building out here. HJ maybe one day. Yeah, yo, like, so when I was younger, and my cousin put me on game with this, right? He said, when you take a girl on the first date, he said, dinner first. No, he said, movie first. Then you go to dinner. He said, so that way, after you have something to talk about at dinner. Right? So you go see the movie first, then you go out to eat, and y'all can talk about the movie and stuff at dinner. So you have a conversation piece that can lead into some other stuff. He was always like, if you go to dinner and you take her somewhere nice and she ordered chicken tenders, immediately ask for the check and take her home. He said she belonged to the streets. Oh my gosh, yo. I'm telling you, like, and as you get older, that shit, like, some of that stuff, like, I guess, and like when I was, like, before I got married and stuff like that, like, me and my wife first date, believe it or not, y'all, was the grocery store. The grocery store. I was like, what you doing? She was like, nothing. I was like, going to the grocery store, you want to go? All right. And we had a nice conversation. We walked through the aisles and shit. It was no, like, what's the word?
Stressful?
Wasn't stressful. It was no, neither one of us had to be all impressive and shit like that. You know, went back to the crib, We cook some
Intimidations or
right.
whatever.
We cook some spaghetti and shit and watch the movie. Like that was fun. That was a nice intimate moment. But nowadays you can't do no shit like that.
You don't think so?
Nah, nowadays maybe with some older women. You know, like women, you know, like, you know, maybe with like upper 30s, maybe upper 30, maybe 40 over, you can do some shit like that. Yeah, Jay's World's organic, right? These young girls, nah, you can't do that with these young girls.
Man.
They want to be pampered, and then half of them don't have no intentions on even talking to you after that. They just out for a free meal. I don't know how many young girls when I worked at the casino would say that, like, yeah, no, I'm only going out with them because I'm hungry. I'm like, that's not a good reason to go out with nobody. You going out with them because you hungry? I was like, I hope you ain't got no psycho. You might bust your ass.
It's a psycho.
These
Man,
young
like what was those Tinder dudes that was coming up, right? Or whatever that was. What was it called? Was it Tinder though? It was the one with the people that was picking up some females and harming them and junk.
Oh, I don't know.
What's in the news?
The Tinder stranglers or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is that these young girls be tripping out here in these streets. And I'm happy I'm not on the market. I'm happy I ain't dating no more. I couldn't do it, Joe. I couldn't do it. Markel says most of these young girls out here can't cook themselves.
Is that right? You can't find no cooking ones?
Cam says Buffalo Wild Wings, the most overrated cheap restaurant on earth. Yo, I don't eat when I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, or if I get anything from Buffalo Wild, it's just wings. The food is terrible. I never order food from Buffalo Wild Wings other than Buffalo Wings. That's it.
Do they call it B-dubs out there?
Yeah, the white people call it B-dubs.
The country girls call it B-dubs.
I remember when I first heard somebody call it B-dubs, and I forgot that we was talking about Buffalo. I was like, what the fuck is B-dubs? Where's that at? He's like, Buffalo Wild Wings. I said, I never called it B-dubs. I still don't call it B-dubs. But we got a little local restaurant here that we and the wife love going to. Little spot out here in Baltimore. Matter of fact, Black Mountain, when he was here in Baltimore, I took him and his chick out to eat at the little spot that we go to around here. Good food, good times. They got like 36 taps. I mean, that's my type of party. You know, ain't no nonsense. I'm not a big liquor person. Like, I got some stuff right there. Like, you know, I got some Tito's and I got some Douce and some Bumbu and some Casamigos. I think I bought the Douce and Casamigos because I was trying to be like HJ. I wanted to feel fancy and put my pinky in the air when I sipped on a little Douce or something like that. But I'm not much of a drinker like when it comes to liquor. But beer. I like craft beer, so I'll do stuff like that, especially in the summertime with that Leinenkugels, the summer shandy. Man, I could drink a case of them joints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not a drinker.
Or they got hard orange soda, delicious. Drink quite a few of those. But yeah, like I drink socially. I don't like just drink just to drink. I'll drink socially. You know what I mean? So Cam said, take a chick on a picnic on the first date. Buy the supplies together first, and you can evaluate her sandwich making skills in real time. Bad sandwich gets no callback.
You said that. Oh, when you said that's my type of party, that reminded me of Dom Kennedy's song. Did you hear that rapper Dom Kennedy before?
Nah. Yeah. Oh, Dom Kennedy.
Oh,
yeah. I heard
that.
of
My type of party. That's my type of party. That was my song back in the day. Well, I had a get together. Well, I had a get together back in the day when I worked over at Bar S. That's the You got Bar S hot dogs out there?
What is it?
Bar S hot dogs. You have Bar S hot dogs out there?
Oh, there we go. That's why you down so low. I done fixed it myself. No, I never heard of it. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
It was on me.
So
yeah, I never heard of it.
We got a meat packing place out here called Bar S Hot Dogs. So I was working there, and I said we're gonna have a little get together, right? So we went over there to the I don't drink, but I said I'm gonna go over here to the liquor store and get all the different stuff. So I had everything. all arranged, and on the table was like the Patron and all that other different stuff anybody wanted. I said, what would you like me to get? What would you like me to get? You know, and so we had to set up, and it was like like 75 females came through. No, none of the dudes, none of the homies showed up. They all skipped out. So it was just 75 girls and me sitting in there while they were drinking. And I made the mistake of you know, the red Solo cups, the big ones.
Yeah.
I didn't think to get because I'm not no drinker, right? So I didn't think to get the little shots. So they were over here pouring up the big expensive drinks into them huge red Solo cups, and they was just drinking the little sips of them and then putting them down.
Oh, Jay was fucking the money up.
Yeah, so there was stuff everywhere. So my mom, she's Christian, you know, just like me, you know. So she come in there in the morning and she see all this liquor and she's thinking I was drinking and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I'm not a drinker, Mom. So I go to work. I come back home and guess what?
What happened?
All the liquor's gone. She done poured it all out down the sinks. She done gave it.
She don't care how much that shit cost. None of that.
She
Gone.
was like, my son's not turning into a drinker. And I was like, good Lord, Mom, really? You serious right now?
That sounds like how my father was. I had my tonsils taken out when I was an adult, which fucking sucks. All right. So they gave me some. I don't know what the fuck they gave me. They gave like Tylenol with codeine and some more shit. And I was taking that shit because that shit was painful, bro. That shit was painful. Like the surface area that they removed was fucking ridiculous. So I only had a week off of work and had to go back. So I had the dope fiend itch and some more shit from the medicine. So my father came over the house or whatever to come check on me. And he was like, oh, hell no. What they give you? I'm like, I don't know. Shit upstairs. This nigga was ready to toss my shit out. I said, what is you doing? This stuff make
He didn't want you to see you become Hunter Biden out here in these streets.
Right. He's like, this stuff make addicts. This stuff make addicts. I said, shit, I'll toss it out after I'm done with this shit, but you ain't about to toss that medicine down the toilet. You don't know the type of pain I'm in right now, my nigga. I ain't got that tolerance like you do. Like I'm missing fucking have my goddamn tissue inside my mouth. You crazy. You better get out of here. Touch my goddamn drugs. I'm going to take this shit and I'm going to scratch my balls until I feel better.
Oh, have mercy. It's me.
I'm dead serious.
Shout out to the moms and pops that care about us.
Right, exactly. My father don't
all
drink
love.
either. He don't drink either. So when I be drinking, he be like, oh, you should stop that
Get
drinking.
mad.
I'm like, I don't drink to get drunk.
Doing all that drinking for, boy.
I drink to have a good time, and then that's it. I know when to cut that shit off. Cut that shit off. 'Cause I don't like that feeling after the next day. Like, when I was younger, it was a different story. We used to have this, so when we went to the club, right, we used to go to Friday nights. It was a club called the Paradox here in Baltimore. Friday nights was college night.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go on a Saturday night. Never wanted to go on a Saturday night because more than likely on Saturday night, you was going to run into one of them. But Friday night, it was college night, right? So me and my friends, we had this group called the 151 Crew, right? So this is peak Baltimore, son. So we would go in a club on Friday night. It's back when like we would wear the three extra tall tees. You know what I'm talking about? We would go to the mall. Yeah,
you have the long chain down to your shoes.
And we would go to the mall and get the shirt spray painted. So we had superheroes holding the 151 bottle, right? So mine was Spider-Man upside down with the web, and he had his hands and the web was holding the 151 bottle or whatever, right? So it was bring your own alcohol, right?
Really?
We was like 18. We was like 18, and they never carded us to see if we was even old enough to bring alcohol. They didn't give a fuck. Anyway, so we would go in there. We each would get a bottle of 151. None of us was fucking man enough to drink that shit straight. I don't know if I take a shot at 151 straight today, right? Yeah. But we would get like some cranberry juice and 151, and then we would just like sip on that shit. When I say we be done, we be done. But we be like. But like we call it shaking off. So we would dance, right? Because in Baltimore, if you could dance, the girls thought if you could dance, you could do other things, right? So we would dance and shit, and then like I guess we would dance the shit out of our system. But the next day did not feel good. So college night started at midnight until 6 a.m. So it was almost like an after hour spot, but it wasn't. So, but I learned my lesson. So what I would do on the way home is I would stop at 7-Eleven and grab me a Gatorade Rain. I would chug the Gatorade Rain and then go to sleep. I would wake up feeling brand new.
Yeah.
That was before like liquid IV and shit. I was like, oh shit, if you chug a whole Gatorade Rain, you good in the next day. And that was my like ritual. If I was going out and I was gonna get drunk and all that other shit, I had to make sure I had a Gatorade Rain for the next day or before I went to sleep, so I wasn't dead the next morning.
The Gatorade Rain was the one, huh?
Yeah, that was the one. I'm serious. It had to be the Rain. That other Gatorades might have worked. I don't know. But I just knew that the Gatorade Rain it had
work, huh?
It had electrolytes. It tastes like Pedialyte. Gatorade Rain tastes like Pedialyte. Right? So I just was like, all right, fuck it. And it was cheaper than Pedialyte. Or you get 2 for $3. So I was just like, all right, let me go ahead and get this. And that shit worked, yo. That shit worked. Those were the days, yo. That being irresponsible. Young and irresponsible. Spending ridiculous amounts of money on outfits and shit like that. Right? Me and my
doing it, huh?
Yeah, we used to have a spot here called USA Boutique. It was a little clothing store. And we would go in there, me and my homeboy, we go in there and get like some 7 jeans or some shit like that, or what was another like popular jean brand?
I don't know, the Jinkos, the Jabos.
No, I wasn't a Jabot guy. It was like 7, and then it was like True Religion jeans. Like we were spending that type of cash on like an outfit for that night. All right, with a fresh pair of tennis or something like that. And yeah. Then I found out
they had that Ed Hardy back in the day that was always popping with people.
Yeah, I remember Ed Hardy. They had the Ed Hardy t-shirts and shit like that. I mean, I did have those Ed Hardy jeans. I mean, Ed Hardy jeans and the t-shirts. Y'all always, I was like, I used to always have all that shit. And then I found out my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time. My wife then girlfriend was pregnant with my daughter, and I was like, skirt. I'm dead ass. Matter of fact, I think I got a sound effect. This is exactly what it sounded like when she told me she was pregnant. That shit all stopped. I
slow your roll.
Slow my roll. Went to school, got a degree, all that shit. HJ said you was fresh if you had a red Hardy on. Yeah, you was. The hats and shit like that. All that shit was expensive, yo. We would spend like $600 on an outfit for just one night.
Yeah.
Like I said, irresponsible with the money. You thought we was out this bitch selling dope.
What those guys doing over there?
Yeah. Hey, yo, you ever heard of Bennigan's?
Of what?
Bennigan's.
You know, it sounds familiar, but I don't know it. I don't know it from Adam.
One in the chat if y'all ever heard of Bennigan's. One in the chat. That was my favorite restaurant, yo.
Is it a restaurant and a bar or something?
Yeah, it's a restaurant and a bar. It's like a bar and grill. It's like a Fridays.
Okay.
HJ said Bennigan's was fire. Yo, Bennigan's was my shit, y'all. Used to get that Count of Monte Cristo sandwich. Yo, I don't know how many dates I took to Bennigan's, bro.
Bennigan's was your spot, huh?
Bennigan's was my spot. I miss Bennigan's. I wish they bring that shit back. I don't even think that Bennigan's exists no more. I'd be shocked if a Bennigan's was around. Oh shit, Viviana said the Von Dutch truck. I remember the Von Dutch trucker hats. All the chicks had them Von Dutch trucker hats. What was they wearing? It was Von Dutch and baby fat jeans. Or DC, was it Donna Karen, New York?
Before the apple bottoms.
Yeah, it was before all that shit. I remember. You couldn't tell a girl nothing if she had that Von Dutch hat on with some baby fat jeans, bro. You couldn't tell them nothing. They thought they was it. They thought they was it, boy. I'm dead ass, but yo, ours had what? Your Bennigan's had a dance club? Damn, that Bennigan's was getting it. What if you live at Sandy? They had a dance club at Bennigan's. Boy, like I said, y'all understand. I done came a long way from how I was. Like my first car, right? I had a Fox Body 5.0 Mustang. My father had all his work done to it. We got Ricky Mann in the building. What's going on, Ricky? What's going on? So I had a black Fox Body Mustang 5.0 fastback, baby. It was the one from Benson Society, but it wasn't a convertible, right? And I didn't have no tins on it. It had the stock rims, but that bitch was fast. When I started it, it was set other along, like the wheels would chirp. When I started the car, the wheels would chirp. That's how much horsepower was coming out of that car. I was 15 with like a 430 horsepower car. I don't know how much torque was in that bitch.
What year was it?
87.
Was it 87?
8750.
How did I know that? Look at that.
Because I think that might have been a year when they came out with the Fox Body. But
well, I thought they had it since the late 80s, since the mid 80s into the 90s.
They had the fastback, but the Fox Body with the GT, the skirt kit, all that stuff. I think that was like 87 might have been when they did it. 92s was the fastest. 92 was the fastest because that's when the Cobra came out. My uncle had the Cobra. He had the 92 Cobra, Mustang Cobra. That bitch was fast. So my father had two. So he had a red when I was younger, like when I was like 5 or 6. He had a red 93 Fox Body 5.0. Then he got rid of it. So first he had a Trans Am. He had a 69 Trans Am with the T-tops, Smokey and the Bandit style. All right. He had that shit. He got rid of it because Desert Storm was happening and gas cost too much, so he sold it, right? He sold it, and that shit was getting it, right? That shit had so much horsepower. He sold it. The guy that he sold it to wrecked it the same day. Motherfucker, he lost control of the car, and that bitch went into a wall. Right? My father was very cry. I'm like, you sold it. Then he had the 5.0 after that, right? Got rid of that, and he got like a Camry because Camrys was good on gas and shit. Then like early 2000s, early 2000s he bought another Mustang. It was an 87 Mustang. Had a bunch of work done to it. He gave that shit to me, and then I learned how to race that bitch, and it was on and popping after that. I take that shit down the Northern Parkway around here. That's where we used to race at. I used to run that bitch all the time. But he did all this work to the engine, but didn't do any transmission work. So the car was all chest, no legs. Ended up blowing the transmission in like 2 years. I ended up blowing that fucking thing in 2 years. But I used to street race. That shit used to be fun. I used to make money street racing. If I didn't race, then I would like put money on people. I used to put money on people a lot.
Yeah. Was you racing for papers?
No, I did witness a couple of pink slip races.
Is that right?
I did witness a couple of pink slip races. One dude, I ain't gonna say his name. One dude had he had one of the, I think it might have been the fastest on the East Coast. Buick Grand National. I forgot what the license plate said. Try me on it. It was nasty. We used to go down this place called MRR for import versus domestic. Another place we used to get ridiculously drunk. And he was racing, what was it? He was racing something. He was racing something crazy. Oh, I think he was racing, somebody had like a Mercedes-Benz something out there that was all done up, right? So all you could hear was him building boost on the turbo. And the turbo sound mean. Mind you, the Grand National's only a V6. But it's turbocharged. Right? So all you hear him is build and boost, build and boost, build and boost, right? What happened? Can't forget Echo. Oh, so I'm building boost, building boost, building boost. He lets the Mercedes go, right? Mercedes gone halfway down the track. He launched that Grand National, caught the Mercedes Benz, and then passed that bitch before they hit the finish line. I think he ran like a 8 something in a street legal car. It was street legal. They kicked his ass off the track because he ain't had no roll cage in that bitch. He ran 8s. I was like, God damn. Oh, it was so much. Then that later on that year, his car caught on fire. He was getting ready for a race around Northern Park. We all excited because we know we about to get some money. I put like $300 or $400 on the race, right? I put like $300 or $400 on the race. I'm like, I'm about to double my money. He about to whoop this dude ass. So while they getting ready and they staging, his fucking fuel line catches on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, the whole car went up in flames. You struggling over there, Jay? You look like me every other night.
No, I'm good. I got my water over here on the side. I'm straight.
I was like, you look like me every other night, yawning and shit like that. Yo, everybody was crying. We was like, damn, because I thought I was about to walk away with $800. It was a lot, man. This, like I said, fast forward, man. I got older. Got kids now and being more responsible. I got my little sports car. It's fast, but it ain't nothing like that Mustang was. I even thought about buying a new Mustang, not a new one, but like another 87 5.0. And my neighbor has one. He has I thought it was my car at first, the one that I used to have. I'm like, yo, but he's like, he got it. He's sitting in his tow yard. He was like, just make me an offer on it. He said it's a complete car. I probably need like a tune-up and some gaskets and stuff replaced like that. A little minor shit. So, but then Joe Biden's America happened, and I was like, you know what? It might not be a good idea to buy a car that's going past everything but a gas station. So maybe if things get better, I might go get me that Mustang. Anyway.
Eventually. Yeah, buddy of mine, he had a Mustang, right?
Yeah.
He got out I met him and he was fresh out the pen, and on his bicycle and stuff like that. He come up there to the work spot and he was asking a whole lot of questions because he wanted to get on his grind and start making some money. So we worked at we used to work at one of those spots where you call people about that Credit Plus. The credit card with the Credit Plus thingy,
yeah,
where Credit Advantage or whatever that garbage is.
Yeah, you gotta build your credit with it and shit like that. Yeah.
So we used to call people.
It's called like a secure credit card.
Yeah, we used to call people, and you could work overtime at it, right? So, hello, we're calling on behalf of your Capital One. We want you to sign up with the Credit Plus. You get blah 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 and blah blah blah. So all that stuff. So he freaking busted his tail and worked like the 16-hour shifts and stuff up there, right?
Yeah.
And went up there to the dealership, cash in hand, and paid because he had cash in hand. They made him an offer, so he got the Mustang. He got the he got the 98 whatever Mustang something. The 2001 Mustang, the green back one. The big lenses on the front. Yeah. He paid $16,000 in cash for it. Got it fresh off the lot.
I hope it was a GT.
It was a GT, yeah.
But those was the 4.6s. They was fast. Mm-hmm. But just nothing was better to the point where Ford came back with the 5.0 now. Now all their Mustangs got 5.0s again. The 4.6s was alright, but it was nothing like that 5.0.
And he had the stick shift, right?
Yeah.
He had the stick shift. He didn't know how to drive the stick shift.
Oh no.
So the first thing he did was he took off in it, right? And I wasn't in the car with him. He took off with it and lands in a ditch.
Jesus Christ.
He just said he sped off in that joint and he went straight into a ditch. And then after they towed it out again, then he eventually started learning how to drive it good. So he got good with the stick, but he was learning how to drive the stick while driving around in that vehicle. So sometimes he'd just be like,
Oh no, you can't be out here in these streets with a muscle car and can't drive. I learned on the stick shift. That was my very first car was a stick shift. If I ain't learned how to drive that stick shift, I wasn't driving that Mustang. My mother's car was a stick shift. The Mustang was a stick shift. Like, that's what I drove for a very long time. I think my cars, like my sports car I got now is the first car that I had that was an actual automatic. Everything was a stick shift. And I even still wish this car was a stick shift. I feel like you got more control of the car.
Let me tell you what happened next. Dude, we had a friend named Trey, right?
Yeah.
Trey, we go to the club. We heading out. This was back in my single days. The single day stuff is wild. It's wild stories. But, you know, these ones right here, you get the bubblegum wrapper, right? So everyone heading to the club had everyone had their grills. Right? So Trey takes out the gold. He get the gold bubble wrapper. It goes all up and down his teeth real good. Gets the gold. He gets the gold going across all of his teeth. He pulls up. He's like, Jay, you ready to roll out to this club, man? I'm trying to get these girls. How's my grill looking? It's not a grill at all. He gets in the car, right? So my buddy's like, okay, you know how to drive the stick, right? And he's like, yeah, man, I got this. So he takes his car, and I roll with the other guy. I think we was like 3 of us going up there. So we go and get in the vehicles, right? He pulls out in front of a cop, and we're back there. This is Oklahoma country roads, and it's dark as heck on these roads. There's no light posts and all that stuff like that. So he pulls out in front of the cop. Guess what? Lights are going. Next thing we see Trey, 100 something miles an hour in that Mustang going off down those country roads, and he loses the cop. Oh
my God. Hey, I've done that a few times. They
couldn't catch him in that Mustang.
So like when I was like I had a let me get to the chat. First off, if y'all new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. If you over on Rumble, hit that thumbs up, hit that plus button, man. If you're not on Rumble, go over to Rumble, subscribe to Hotep TV. Also, we live on Twitter, so spread the word. Go over there and retweet the link. Ricky Manor says, where'd it go? He says, my Camaro blow the doors off your Mustang. What kind of Camaro you got? You got a newer year, or you got something like back in the day, like an IROC or something like that? What you got? Let's see. Sauce says, he had the best. Jay's World says he had the best Echo fits back in the day. Echo never caught on. The Mark Echo stuff, it never caught on back in here in Baltimore like that. Long Tom said it's all about family. What you trying to say? I'm Dominic Toretto out this bitch. Cassius Cam says, and the Averex, if you were really hip hop and poor. Yo, Averexes was expensive. Them Averex jackets, the leather joints, them joints cost. Them joints was expensive as hell. Shit. Ricky Man said he got 2020 Z01. Are you balling? He got the ZL1. That shit is fast. So let me tell you this story though. So we had a vice principal in school, right? And I was cocky. I'm like, Mr. Whitaker was his name. Later on, I found out he owned a bus company too. What the fuck you doing? You a vice principal? You own a bus company? So he had a Eleanor. Remember Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds?
Okay, yeah. Gone in 60 Seconds.
He had the 69 Cobra Jet Mustang. And I'm looking, because my dumb ass don't know shit about cars like that, right? I'm like, Mr. Whitaker, this old ass car. I was like, my Mustang would jump in that ass, right? He said, oh, you think so, Kowser? He was like, all right. He said, so we had a parking lot. The parking lot was pretty long, right? So we had 4 levels. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And you could, like, from the bus loop, you could see all 4 levels. So this is after school. So we line up in the parking lot, right? So I'm like, I'm about to light his ass up, right? And I just learned how to race my shit like that. When I say that Cobra Jet jumped in my ass, pause, that Cobra Jet lit me up. He wasn't even out of his first gear before he hit the end of the fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't that far. I was out. No, I'm lying. I was about 5 cars behind him. That's how fucking fast that Cobra Jet was. It was nasty. Then he popped the hood, right? Because it had a patina and stuff on it. So I'm thinking it's an old junker. He popped the hood. That engine was, boy, that engine was built. I was so embarrassed. And the funny part is a police officer flagged the race. A police officer flagged the race for us. It was one of the school cops for real.
School cops, school
Yeah,
police.
but he was still Baltimore County Police though. We just like our school resource officers, like they still actual police officers. He flagged the race, and then everybody was like, "Oh, you got beat by Mr. Whitaker," and I was like, "Damn!" But Mr. Whitaker was like, "Yeah, you don't know about these old school cars. Yo, he beat the hell out of me. That Cobra Jet was nasty. Boy. I tell you that much." After that, I ain't want no. I was like, "Man, I was like, respect Mr. Whitaker." It's like, damn. But like, those are the days, yo. Like now, I'm about to be 40 years old. I can't stay up late. It'd be like. It'd be New Year's Eve. My ass is, I'm out.
What are you about 2-3 years off from hitting the big 4-0?
Now I'm about to be 39 this year, so yeah, I got like another year. And
Oh yeah,
40 years old. Yeah, I'm 38 now. I'll be 39 in September, so I'll be 40. Yeah, I'll be 40. 2025, 2024. I'm sorry, 2024. I'll be 40. Damn.
coming up.
My daughter gonna be driving soon. Her ass ain't getting none of my cars. Her ass, I'm gonna get her like a fucking Geo Metro with 3 cylinders in it.
There you go.
To
a 1996 Geo Metro, you'll be good to go.
Exactly. I told her she lucky if she don't get this Jeep XJ I got. This little $1,400 Jeep I got. So you lucky I don't get that. Because she talking about they dad can I get a BMW? I said, who you think we are? I was like, who you really think like no. I was like, your mother don't even got a BMW. What the hell am I gonna get you a BMW for?
Man.
I said, you better talk to your grandfather. See, my father made sure we all had cool ass cars. So like I said, my first car was the Mustang. My sister had an M3.
Wait, what's that?
A BMW M3.
Oh, okay, the M3.
Yeah,
BMW.
she had a 90. She had a 93. She had a 93 BMW M3 or something like that.
That's
I think it was.
Nice looking vehicle too.
My other brother, he had a Vic. He had a Crown Vic, but then my father ended up buying him this dope ass fucking truck. Like it's what the Raptor wish it was. I forgot what he paid for that shit. And then my youngest brother is up at school. He riding around in a 2004 Chevy Duramax 3500 lifted on 35s. You know what I mean? He up there straight hillbilly.
Was it the one you guys were working on in the video when I came through?
Yeah.
Gannon and your brother? Okay.
Yeah, that's the one we was working on. We was touching up his Rhino liner because he got the whole truck Rhino line.
Did she have the 2012 or the 2015?
No, his truck is a 2004.
No, the M3.
Hers was a 93.
93. Oh, that's
an old school.
Good. That's a good classic looking car.
Yeah,
that's like what they had in almost about like what they had in Paid in Full.
Was it a 93?
A couple models later.
Let me see. Was it a
93 car? But you got a dealership out there that work on those BMWs, or you?
I don't know where my father got them shits from. I don't know where he got them from.
We had an import car spot here that used to have the BMWs and stuff. I used to have the Jaguar BMW.
Sorry, she had the 90. She had a 90. She had a 91. She had a 91 convertible.
Oh, the older one then.
Yeah, she had a 91 convertible. It's still a good looking car.
Good looking, yeah.
Still a good looking car, but it was the convertible joint, so it was even better looking.
Gotcha.
Then my father bought a 96. No, a 94 E36 M3 that we used to ride around. That shit was fun. That was convertible too. But we all had dope cars. And then like he wanted all of us to have 4-wheel drive, so then he got us all 4-wheel drive vehicles and shit like that. But now, you know, my daughter told my dad, can I have a BMW? I said, you better go talk to your grandfather.
It was the 635 that they had in the Paid in Full movie. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I ain't seen Paid in Full in a while.
They had the Porsches and the BMW 635s in that movie. Because I remember those cars were nice. I was like, oh, look at those cars.
Cam said he won an old 280Z. My father had 2 of them bitches, and guess what? He wrecked both of them.
Wrecked them.
He wrecked them both. He had 2. He had an orange 280Z. I remember this shit. I was probably like 4 or 5 years old when he had him. He had a orange 280Z that shit was rusting away. The fucking floorboards was missing, I think, in one side. I remember. And I don't know why he bought that car, but he had a white one that wasn't bad, and he wrecked that shit. Matter of fact, he wrecked it so bad that they had to like peel him out of the car. Like he still got the scars on his shoulder from that shit. My father was reckless, yo. He was reckless. I mean, one day he was trying to make a light, and he made a sharp ass right, and that shit went up on 2 wheels. Like literally went up on 2 wheels, like we was about to flip over. And then somehow, miraculously, by the grace of God, that shit landed back on all 4 wheels without flipping.
Some Smokey in the bed and stuff going on.
Yeah, he was tripping. My father would do some reckless shit when he was in his 20s and then his 20s. Did some crazy shit. I mean, one time we ran out of. I don't even know how we ran out of gas. We ran out of gas in his Mustang, right? So he had his homeboy. His homeboy was following us.
Okay.
And we got to the exit but they go back home, right? Mm-hmm. But he just so happened to stall out on the exit. So he had his homeboy drive real close up on the Mustang, and he put that shit in neutral, son. Put that shit in neutral, and it bumped him, and the exit went down. So we in that bitch like a roller coaster, and he holding on to that bitch, and we flying around this exit, son, like fucking Clark Griswold going down the fucking ski, and then right to the gas station, because it was a gas station at the end of the exit.
Man,
that shit was
Providence, isn't
crazy.
It?
I was like, yo, my father, my mother. My mother's telling me all the times that the Lord look after babies and fools, and you ain't no goddamn baby.
That's the Providence right there. You right there at the gas station. And I got a story to tell if we got time for one.
Yeah.
So I'm working at you remember Hollywood Video?
Yeah, I remember Hollywood Video.
So Hollywood Video was one of my first occupations, first jobs. One of my first because I worked a lot. Since the time I was like 16, whatever, I started working, with the papers. But I'm over there at Hollywood Video, and we have a local legend, a crazy man, but he used to be really smart. His name was Crazy Larry.
Crazy Larry.
He used to be really, he used to be really smart. When I think he was from a college environment or whatever, and he got real big into the huffing paint, right?
Oh shit!
So he's over there huffing the paint. His favorites to go to was the silver paint, silver and gold. So I'm up there at the Hollywood Video, and we have this guy that we worked with named Kaiser, like Kaiser Sose. He was a brother though, and he was working with me, and we're sitting over there, and customer comes running in, and they're like, "Hey, Crazy Larry's out there with a big old bucket of paint, and he's trying to throw it at customers, right? He's over there at your return bin, where we return all those videotapes and DVDs and all that stuff, Blu-rays and all that." So I said, "Oh shoot!" So we go out there, we see it's Crazy Larry, right? About a minute or two earlier, an ambulance had pulled up. And they had parked in our lot. We go out there and we look around, and we can't see Crazy Larry anywhere, right? Next thing we know, the ambulance lights and stuff is all turning on. Sirens is going and everything, right? We look over there. Crazy Larry is gotten up inside of the ambulance, and it's left on. It's left on. The workers are not in there. We're like, where are the workers at? Well, right next to our Hollywood Video, we had a steakhouse called Ryan's. Said, oh shoot, the workers must be in there. We see Crazy Larry back up, hits a trash can, and he rolls out, lights on and everything. Me and Kaiser run over there to the steakhouse. We get inside and we're like, where's the workers at? Where's the ambulance drivers, the EMT? They're sitting down eating their meals casually. And we're like, yo, it's an emergency. Your ambulance just got jacked. And they look up at us and they're like, yeah, right. Tell us another one we haven't heard 1,000 times, boys. And we're like, nah, your ambulance has been jacked. Crazy Larry just jumped into it. Now everyone knows who Crazy Larry is. And Crazy Larry just jumped into it and rolled out. He's off going down the street right now. They look at each other like, again with this joke. So he walks out there with me, walking back, and we get over there, and he's like, oh, you know, you guys are putting us on. Can't believe that you Hollywood video workers don't have anything better to do.
Oh, God.
He gets over there and he looks around and he's like, where's the ambulance? I was like, we told you Crazy Larry jacked it. Just then we see the police zooming up down the road, and here comes Crazy Larry. He was still turning corners, and he heads out. Well, we find out later that he headed all the way out somewhere in the country and dumped the ambulance off, and they didn't find Crazy Larry there, and he was just back in town, didn't get in trouble or anything like that for it.
That's fucking crazy. So check it. This is what my sister had right here. She had that joint.
Mm-hmm. That's the
That's the 92
convertible.
92 M3. That's
the M3, yeah, the M3. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that joint was sexy right there. That's what she had. Right now, let me see if I can't find it real quick.
About to show the Mustang.
Yeah. Where is that? Let's see if I can find something close. Cause mine was, let's see. Thing is, they still cost though. Then I found out they had one with a target top. I was like, damn, you got a T-top Mustang? I'd have let her have that one. But everybody was like, well, why you got that white boy car? That's what people always say. Why you got that white boy car? The first off, it's free because I ain't had to pay for it. Second off, the shit fast. What y'all mean? Here you go, right here. That's what I had. So I had something similar. This is what I had actually. This is actually what I had.
Mm-hmm.
Minus these are the newer wheels. These are wheels from your homeboys 2003 4.6, but this is what I had. Same color and everything. You couldn't tell me nothing, yo. It's still a good looking car and it still hold up to this day. That's still a good looking car. Sauce said that joint clean. Yeah, it's clean. Oh yeah, and I had this too. Hold on. I had one of these right here, bro. Actually, this is the one I had. That joint clean right there, son. I had a 1969 Bonneville convertible. What happened? Right there, 1969 Bonneville convertible. Mine was canary yellow with the white interior. Cream on the inside, clean on the outside. That's what I had right there.
Nice.
I had that joint, y'all. Clean out again. I forgot why I got. So I think it was, my father was running people away from the business. Like none of the family wanted to work for him. So I went back to work for him. And as a present, when he got this warehouse that he was renting out, they had 3 old schools in there. They had this. They had a 65 Lincoln Continental with the suicides on it.
Did they?
Red.
Oh, that's fancy.
Convertible with the suicides, and they had a Lincoln Continental Mark V. And we went back there. I'm like, yo, where these cars come from? And the guy who owned the warehouse was like, oh, they're mine. And I'm like, that shit dope. And my father was like, well, how much for the Continental? He said, that's not for sale, but the Bonneville for sale. Yo, just guess how much he sold us that Bonneville for.
Okay, 2.
$4,000.
Oh, nice.
It was worth 12 grand.
Right.
He sold it to us for 4 grand.
Sweet.
Look, I had the canary yellow joint. That shit, you couldn't tell me nothing. And it had electric everything in it. Everything was electric. If I here it go right here. That's what I had right here. Yep, that's it. Come on, bring it. Okay, there we go. That's what I had. The world. All right, there we go. That's exactly what I had right there. Same color and everything. White interior, canary yellow. That's what I had.
That's looking good.
Used to ride clean on Sundays.
Yeah.
Ride clean on Sundays right there. You couldn't tell me nothing, bruh. I done had me some shit, man. I had some cars.
You had you had the speaker system set up in there too?
Nah. That's the only thing I didn't have in there. I didn't have a stereo system yet. So what happened was with this one is we had an apartment before we bought our house, right? So I had my shit parked off in the distance, right? I was parked next to this other dude that had the Audi the Audi A8, right? That's when the A8 really kind of dropped. So I was only parked, he would park next to my car, and I'm like, all right, that's cool because his car is so fucking expensive. You know, he ain't gonna fuck up my car. You know what I mean? Like, he parked this car where my car is at because he ain't want nobody being near his shit either. My father would get all like paranoid for some reason. Even I don't know why I listened to his ass. Well, just bring it back to the warehouse and park it in the warehouse. You don't want nobody to hit that car. The car too nice. Don't let nobody. I'm like, it's cool where it's at, right? No. I don't bet nothing. That car. I don't know. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I was like, I'm parking in the warehouse. So I come back to the warehouse with the car, right? I drive it to work one day. He like put it around back because we had our trucks in the warehouse because it was like it was supposed to snow or some shit. And I'm like, oh my God. So I drop it off and then I'm driving home, right? My other car. Not even 20 minutes up the road, he called me like, yeah, one of my customers just slid into the Bonneville. I'm like, come on, y'all. I should have left it right where it was at. So I had yeah. So the rear quarter panel was dented and messed up the skirt over the tire and stuff like that. So I was pissed. So I didn't drive that shit for some years because I was trying to find the part to fix it. I'm like, I'm not about to be riding around looking all crazy with this big ass dent in the side of my car. So I couldn't find the parts. The parts for that car was hard to find. So then I had my daughter and then my son came. So I'm like, man, I can't afford to fix this car right now. So I get a call to my father like, hey,
gift.
Yeah, still got it. He just letting that shit go to waste. I offered to buy that shit like 2 years ago back. I said, I'll buy it back from you. I was going to put it right in the shop and get it fixed. At the time, I had the money to do it. So I'll buy it back from you. I said, I'll give you 3 for it right now. I was going to put that bitch right back in the shop and get it done. Right? No. I'm about to put it in the shop, about to get it fixed up. Blah, blah, blah. He got the money to do it. He could do it tomorrow. Fast forward 3 years.
Still ain't done.
Shit still sitting where it was at. Ain't done. Not only ain't done, somebody done hit it.
Dang.
And I just every time I see it, I just throw my hands in the air, y'all. Because it's a nice ass car going to waste.
I sent you a picture of Crazy Larry so you can show the chat what Crazy Larry.
You sent it to Twitter?
In both. I sent it in the Skype chat. I sent it in Twitter.
All right, let me see.
I don't know which one you can pull up.
Oh my God. Yo, there go Crazy Larry, yo.
Man, the myth, the legend.
He got the silver pan on his face right now.
Yes, sir.
God,
and the Yoda behind him. He got Yoda with him.
Motherfucker it's the silvers on the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Golly mighty. It ain't no way Crazy Larry's still alive.
It's getting the big huff and puffs in.
Is Crazy Larry still here?
With us? Nah, 2005 I think is when he expired. But I mean, he lived a long time. He had been doing something like that since the late 70s, early 80s, or something like that. I don't know.
Damn, that's crazy.
He was an Oklahoma legend.
Let me see. Hell yeah. I had this too, yo. I was stunting. I had rims on this shit and everything, though. Acura Legend Coupe. Had a 1989 Acura Legend Coupe 5-speed. This bitch was clean. So one of my father friends knew a dude who used to go to the auctions. He found this at the auction. Looked just like this, same color and everything, right? I think that's green. Anyway, same shit, right? Interior all just like that. With the same wheels. I put rims on that bitch. With had 60,000 miles on it. That was it. For like, I think it was like 3,200. 3,200 for that joint. I did a little engine work to make it faster. I threw some nice 20s on that bitch. Was it 20s? Nah, it was 18s, but I kept them clean though. That bitch was clean, yo. That bitch, yo. I had it tinted out. You couldn't tell me nothing in this Legend. I was dating some girl from Howard University. I took her back home. It started snowing on me. My dumb ass was like, all right, I'm going to take the rims off like tomorrow. And tomorrow was the fucking blizzard. So I got these really low profile tires on my rims, and I'm coming down 29 from DC, and I ain't make it. That fucking car slid out. I think the fucking light pole is still laying on the side of the road on 29 from like 2004 or 2003, whenever I got that car. I was sad as hell. They totaled that shit out immediately. They totaled it out immediately. I was hurting, bro. Hurting. And I only had like, I got it at 60,000 miles, and I think I probably only had 75,000 miles on it when that happened. I was pissed, y'all. Oh yeah, Saw said the 92 Legend was cold. Yeah, it was, bro. Yeah, it was. That's when I won it. What's up, Lennox said I had a 93 Act Legend sedan frost white. Damn. Them Legends was dope, bro. But yeah, I had that joint, y'all. Like I said, I had some shit, y'all. I'm driving around in the Pastor Mobile though. We talking about the Bonneville? You talking about the Legend?
Man, it'll be funny as heck in the chance with this stuff.
Oh man, all right, that's enough of memory lane. That's enough of memory lane. So
where you been, Emmanuel? You missed out on all the stories we had going.
I know, right?
Yeah, stories for days.
What's up, y'all? I know he said earlier he had to go to work. When he was in the work rough.
You always gotta, man, pay the bills.
Yeah, I had to pay the bills. So you saw this shit, right?
What's up?
White House slammed for giving Woman of Courage award to biological male. In other words, they gave it to a Transformers, more than meets the eye. So this person is from Argentina, allegedly, right? And you know what courageous act that this person has done, Jay?
Put on the dress. What's up?
That's exactly what it is. Just they got the Woman of Courage award for basically being in Argentina. That's it. That's it. When you read why they got it, it's because they was in Argentina. And this is what I don't get. Like I said, and you read it in the caption. Ladies, you are becoming an endangered species. I thought only men won Woman of the Year. Oh man, yo. All I'm saying is this, ladies, you becoming an endangered species. You got the White House giving it out to biological men now. You got a biological woman giving it out to, like, it's shit, like you can see it right here, like. Some of these women don't like they even agree with that shit.
Barred for sitting for exams, refused job opportunities. In Argentina, Alba Ruada is a transgender woman who was kicked out of classrooms, barred for sitting for exams, refused job opportunities, subjected to violence, and rejected by her family. But in the face of these challenges, she worked to end violence and discrimination against the LGBTQI plus community in Argentina.
Look at this lady back here with my cursor is. She looked like she just ain't for it. She's like, what the hell is this? Look at
Against
her.
the
Look.
LGBTQI plus community in Argentina.
She's just so disinterested.
Community in Argentina.
That lady just so disinterested, yo. That's just crazy.
This is just a farce, man. They doing this humiliation ritual, this mockery during Women's Month, right? We just celebrated. What was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? The day
National? Was it yesterday? National Women's Day or some shit like that. I think they did it on National Women's Day, didn't they?
Probably to mock all the females out there. Like this was what we really think about you. Right,
exactly. That's exactly what it is. Fuego with the 5 saying it's the pinnacle of patriarchy and man can be a better woman. Exactly. Remember that song, Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better? Oh my gosh, and that's supposed to be like the guys and the girls singing against each other and shit. Now you got drag queens fucking singing that to women. Oh my god. Oh, it's too much right now. Like nobody sees the kick in the teeth. Nobody sees the kick in the teeth. Women, y'all don't see the kick in the teeth? You can't run track because you're going to get your ass whooped by a guy. You can't fight in the UFC because you're going to get your ass whooped by a guy. You can't power lift or do Olympic weightlifting because you're going to get your ass whooped by a guy. You can't win a beauty pageant because you're going to get your ass whooped by a guy.
Well, that letter soup keeps getting longer and longer.
Longer and longer and longer. Women, y'all disenfranchised and going extinct. Y'all going extinct. Holy shit. And it's sad. Nobody understands that. Nobody understands that. And that's the sad part about it. You know what I mean? And that the fact that women are rooting for this. Women are rooting for this. Rooting for this. And that's the sad part. They don't see that they're rooting for their demise. What's going to happen is, right, like we said before, right? They're going to be able to, you're going to be able to grow a baby right next to the fucking refrigerator in an artificial womb, right? They got Ex Machina robots. You can just go buy a robot to fuck. What good is women going to be soon? They already trying to say you a bigot if you don't bang a trans person. They already telling the lie that men can have babies. Women are just birthing persons. Until they can do the shit they self, like the Matrix out this bitch.
It's the Matrix.
Fucking growing babies next to the turnip greens and shit.
Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, real fucking Cabbage Patch Kid.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
They making Cabbage Patch Kids for real. They about to make real Cabbage Patch Kids, yo.
Yeah.
LeBron James gonna throw a dress. He gonna be fucking scoring 1,000 points a game in the WNBA.
Yeah, that would be a good move. That would be a real good move, right?
Or some college kid or some high school kid who could barely cut it. Going to end up on some college basketball women's team.
Yep.
Women, they trying their hardest to get rid of you.
I don't know where boxing stands at it right now. I don't think boxing has allowed to go down just yet.
And they shouldn't. I can't believe Dana White let that shit go down in the UFC.
Don't come over here with that stuff just yet. But
that girl got her orbital bone broken. She got beat. They got the shit beat out of her.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Presley said D Wade's son gonna be the face of the WNBA.
That's slick. Anyway, son.
Bruh.
Oh man, a ballin'.
Who will tell us they were always wrong and annoy us with pointless stories that go nowhere? Oh, there's gonna be some queens. There's gonna be dudes out here that's gonna be acting like queens. They think, and that's the sad part, right? I think HA was right. Women be looking to these gay guys for like guidance. And now they get the chance to prove that they better women than you.
That's what like launched that Star character, right? Like doing the makeup tutorials. They were like the number one.
Oh, Jeffree Star?
I guess that's their name. They were the number one like
But
makeup person on the internet.
he still is. And the thing about it is he
They
still
are.
know he a he. Right? Like he still know he a he. He know he dress up like a woman and he do all he, but at the end of the day he still know he his name Jeffrey. He even said the shit. You know what I mean? But like now you got you bruh. Now they out here getting a weave and then changing their name and they supposed to be I'm every woman. It's all in me out this bitch. I am woman, hear me roar.
Oh my goodness.
Like
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy. And the thing is, I don't give a fuck. Like, yo, if that's what you want to do, go for it. Who am I to stop you? But don't sit here and pretend that you're a woman, because you're not. You're not. You're not. Understand, if you a fucking, you used to be a dude and you 6'9" and you look like fucking Lurch from the fucking Addams Family. Motherfuckers gonna give you dirty looks. Don't sit there and what about equality and equity? Fuck that. Understand you look weird. Accept that shit. Fucking dude out here look like one of the Klitschko brothers with a fucking wig on. Like that shit.
Tall.
They can't. That's what we talking about, Kois. They gave the International Women's Award to a biological man who identified. That's what we talking about. That's just crazy to me. I can't say that I'm a fucking pterodactyl out this bitch. I can.
Well, you know what? Like you saw it. I think I mentioned it though. The mainstream media is not playing the racial game, right? They're still attacking Rachel Dolezal and there's a bunch of other Rachel Dolezals out there, right? She's not the only one. They're attacking all the different people that they call them race fakers. And they say their mother said that they were born white and that they don't have a lick of whatever race it is in them. They're not putting those kind of stories out there for the tea stuff.
Right.
They're only putting it out there for race.
And why they gotta pick like Black History Month and shit like that? Sit here and run all this shit.
For the what was that? Was that last month, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like why? Why you gotta do that?
It's part of the mockery.
They didn't co-opt it Black History Month. All that shit.
Yeah.
This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, guys. Ladies, y'all need to speak up for y'all not around no more. Y'all would speak up for it's illegal to have a fucking girl get pregnant, find out it's a girl. You gotta have the shit aborted and shit. Emmanuel Presley said Blair White looks more like a woman than Bill Gates' wife. Bill Gates' wife looks like she used to be a man. You ever seen Bill Gates' wife?
Yeah, a long time ago. But where did the daughter come from? Phoebe.
Who the fuck is
She don't
Phoebe?
That's the Bill Gates' daughter.
Oh, he always had kids. He said his kids wasn't getting none of his money. When he died, he said he said he would enjoy that shit while he alive. Oh my gosh. But his wife, she got some strong features, boy. Some strong features. Anyway, check it out, guys. We're gonna take this party over to Rumble. I'm about to put the link in the chat. Where is that? Share. Copy. Boom, I just dropped that shit in the chat. Also, on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the description box. There we go. So, we about to head over to Rumble. Before we get out of here, I want to go over this video. So, we talked about it earlier. It was a dude that made a video about Juneteenth. And he has a theory that Bashley Abbott whole situation was staged. And I want to go over that video because I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what the audience think. He has some compelling arguments. I'm not going to say that she didn't die. She could have been sacrificed, but there's some sketchy things in this video.
Go to Matcha this right quick.
Oh, shit. Anyway, so make sure y'all hit that Rumble link, guys. It's in the chat. It's also in the description. Hit that Rumble link. Head over to Rumble right now. We about to go Koofy on tight because this dude Koofy was spray painted on his head. He went so fucking tight with it. Koofy so tight it's a fucking NFT. Holy shit. Anyway, make sure y'all hit that link. Hit that link, guys. It's in the description and it's in the chat. Matter of fact, let me see if I can. I'm gonna pin it. Boom, it's pinned. So go ahead, hit that joint.
Let's go. Rumble.
Holy smokes, this shit is interesting to me.
All right.
So I forgot. I think Protocol. Ain't you the one that sent it to me? Yo, you in there? Is Protocol in here? Or was he in here earlier today? He might have been in earlier. He was in earlier, I think. If I'm not mistaken, Protocol sent this shit to me.
Yeah, right.
Everybody need to see this video. It's from a guy named Woo's News. I don't know if anybody heard about this Woo's News guy. Apparently they got his ass the fuck out of here after a couple of videos he made. But we're going to Rumble with this one, guys. This shit is weird. Koofy on tight coming over on Rumble. Anyway. Until next time on YouTube, it's Ken Hotep saying, stay safe, stay well, stay strapped, and don't miss. Ladies, please say something because you're about to become extinct to the Transformers. We holla at you. Oh shit, it ain't work. God damn it.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.